Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Tans here, and apologies I couldn't post last week. I was just really busy with medical appointments. However, we are going to do the breakdown of USD CAD with the 15-minute aggressive model, the aggressive blueprint model that we were continuing on with. We're going to do last week's trades. So if you were following last week based on the videos, then hopefully you can use this as a comparison to see. Obviously, you have to be mindful that sometimes candles may change. I've not seen this week, and I don't tend to look at USD CAD at all, so I have no idea how it's gone. So let's get straight to the video. So if you've been following us for a while, you know that we've released the DPC back in 2023, the updated version, which is our true mechanical edge. And we've been posting all our results here live on the website in live time, where we're currently sitting at over 3,000%. All our monthly results are posted here. As not only that, you see examples of members' replications, and the reason why you see so many replications, this is only a handful. If you go to our Instagram page, you'll see replication after replication to the point where you'll think it's the same post, when in reality it's purely the same edge being replicated by all our members that are following the DPC edge. And the only way that this level of replication is only possible because we have an edge that has zero discretion, zero guesswork, same stop loss, same TP, same session, same targets. Everything is exactly the same, so all our members are achieving the exact same results. Now, at some point in this video, probably near the end, you'll get some sort of discount code. Purely because this is the first video back. You can access any of our programs, and you can use whatever discount code I choose to give. I don't actually know at the minute, but what I suggest doing is thinking about this as an investment, as an investment for yourself, because you have to think about it in terms of, if you're watching this video, you're here because you want to progress your trading, and the way you can do that is by enhancing your enhancing your knowledge base. And I know buying into a mentorship may sound like it's a bit of a scam or whatever. I know, especially in this industry, but we've been around since 2019. We've not changed, and if anything, edges have just got better and better. And we've actually developed programs which are accessible for most people, well, for pretty much everyone. We've given also monthly fee options where it can make it easier for you. And as I said, every single trade is posted, and there's no way you can really digress unless you change the system yourself. Anyway, we also do have the Vertex algo coming soon, which is going to be our EA for our DPC edge, so you can achieve those exact same results but hands-free. But that'll be coming soon, so be sure to keep an eye on that. And before we carry on with the video, I also want to mention Vertex Funding. If those of you aren't aware, that we do have our own funding platform, and we've been around for a few years now, and we've sort of made a name for ourselves. And we have just released our instant accounts, where you can simply choose your account, start trading it and profit, and then you can withdraw whenever you wish, really. There's no minimum trading days. You can withdraw from day one, no consistency rule, and you can compound it to however much you wish. But we do have also a two-phase option, which is slightly cheaper for you guys. So you can choose, you can play around with this website. The link to this website will be in the description below, and you can do everything from this page. We're going to start with Monday, so let's go straight for it then. So let's go from here. So first thing I can see is the last thing to happen was this low was swept, which means that we're looking to take out this high. So this is something, obviously you won't see this before the session, so ignore all of that. All you're seeing is that this sweep. So as soon as the session starts, you are looking to go long. So we'll go to the 1 minute, and then let's go, oops. Okay, so all we're looking for is to go long. Okay, so the first thing that I can see is the last range that we have was from here to here, and then that gets swept, and that gets swept here, And because, for example, like this sweep here, and then we have a body closure below, that's a valid sweep, but this body closure invalidates the trade. However, this range, if you look at the previous videos where I mentioned about the major and minor ranges, this is a major range which gets swept. So our entry would be, I thought this would be a losing day given the thing, but it looks like it might win. Will be here. Stop loss will be 0.5 pips below here. That's 2. Let's move that across. And we're looking for 5R. And that hits just there. So that hit 5R in what? Triggered in 7:02. 22 minutes to hit 5R. Anyway, that is that's Monday, so we're currently sitting at 5R for the week. Let me write this here just so. And there you go. Okay, so now let's go to Tuesday. So now we start on Tuesday. Okay, we'll let the session run a little bit. Okay, so what is going on here? So Tuesday, the last range that we have is from here to here. The last thing to happen was this sweep, and we're looking to take out that high, which it eventually does, obviously. So as soon as the session starts, we are looking to go long. Yeah, we're looking to go long. So okay, so the session started, and we're looking to go long. Okay, so the first thing that happens will be the high. This is the low. We have the sweep, and then it triggers. So this is from here. We already know this one loses anyway, from what I can see. Or does it? Yeah, it gets taken out on this one. Okay, so that's -1. But then this is also another sweep. And this is going to be here. And that gets taken out there. And no other trades. So this is a -2R day. Okay. The thing about when you're testing an edge, and obviously this is still testing, and I think some of you are already trading this live, which, I mean, it's completely up to you what you do. I personally, I don't think you should be trading it live if you haven't fully tested the edge. As I said, I am using theories that I've learned over the past to create this edge. I'm not saying this edge is like a guarantee. I'm not calling it a straight edge at the minute. It's still testing. The whole point of these videos is to show you what goes on into creating this edge. Like, this edge will probably develop as you can continue watching these videos. I will learn and understand a bit more and create more and more rules to improve things like strike rate, improve our TP situation, our stop loss situation. All I need, to be fair, is for losses to come like this and then try to understand. Whereas here, there's nothing I would have really changed that would have made any difference, in fairness. I don't think I mentioned that there was a sweep here, but there was no trigger, so there's no trade there. But anyway, so it's sitting at -2R for Tuesday, so 3R for the week. I think I saw a comment as well. I think someone's trading this live, which is perfect, which is fine. But I read that first trade was like +5R, and the second trade was then he took a second trade which is -1, so 4R for the day. If you're taking a win, just leave. There's no need to carry on. Just take the win and disappear. I guess I didn't make that clear. I assumed that was a given. If you have a winner for your max trade is 3 trades for the day, right? If you have a winner, say on the first one or second one, you don't need to trade anymore. Just leave it. that just take the win and move on for the next day. You have to think about the cumulative effect and the compounding effect of the edge essentially. So coming into this session, we have a sweep of this low, and we're looking at to take out this high, which again it obviously does. That I still look at this purely because that is essentially what we're looking for, is the sweep, and we're looking to take out the previous the high that from that sweep. That it just to support the theory, really. It does more of a visual representation. I don't look too much into it now, but it's something just to pay attention to. Okay, so we are looking to go long here. So the first thing I can see is that's the low and there's the high. Okay, so first trade would be here, which triggers in there with the stop loss. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, that was stupid. It's the other way. Then stop loss 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then that obviously loses, but so we're not going to move that. That loses here. Okay, so the second trade, which actually happens from. Okay, so if we go range by range, like this causes this sweep, takes out this high, then it takes out this high from this low, then we have this low, then this low, which gets swept here. So we can take this out, and now our second trade would be triggered in this candle here, and this would be a 2 pip, and then there, and that gets taken out on this candle. And the next thing to happen is a sweep here, which is from this low to this candle here, and then we have a trade which triggers in on this candle, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is, I think this is our first minus 3R day. Yeah, so this is a minus 3R, so minus 3. Okay, so that is a losing day. Again, I don't think there's anything I would change. Let me go back to the 15-minute if there's anything that was different. There's nothing I would change. I mean, we're still looking to fulfill that range, and the only thing that's happening is that more lows are being swept. But obviously, you wouldn't know this until after the fact anyway. But this is again when you look back and see if there's anything that you need to look out for, and whether we need to create some invalidation rule, which is something that will go through my mind now. But in fairness, it didn't actually even invalidate on the 15-minute. So really, there's nothing wrong. But it'll be something for me to look back on. So we're currently sitting at 0 for the week so far. So let's carry on. I don't know what we're sitting on. Was it 20R, and then it was like 34R or something like that. I think I went too far. For the last like two weeks or so, it was 30 something R, whatever that was. Let's go back to here. Okay, so the last thing to happen, did that sweep? No. The last thing to happen was that this high was swept, and then now we're looking for short as soon as the session starts. What's happening? Okay. So the first sweep that happens is here. So we have this sweep, it gets triggered in there, stop loss would be 4, 5, and it gets taken out there. Okay, next thing we have another sweep, which is here, and that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then ignore that because we get taken out there, so sitting at -2. And then next sweep, and this has to be a winner from what I can see, is from the sweep of this high. Then we have this candle, and it triggers in very nicely on this candle here. And the stop loss would be and we're looking at 5R, which hits there. So for this day, we are looking at 3R. No, yeah, 3R. Gosh. So we are currently 3R for the week. Very nice. And now let's move on to Friday. When it comes. Okay, so we've got Friday. So the first thing that I can see is we have a sweep of this low and we're looking at to take out the high. So go straight to the 1 minute and we're just looking to go long. And the sweep, okay, perfect. There we have a sweep just here, and then it gets triggered on this candle, and then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then again we're looking for 5R, which it hits obviously. So we are sitting at 8R for this whole week, and it's as simple as that. And I mean that's our. I think I'm pretty sure it was 14R last week. I can't even remember. Not last week, the week before. I'm pretty sure. So I think that was like 34R. I could be wrong. It was 30 something R plus 8. So we're looking at potentially 42R in this month alone, which is crazy. This is a good point to say. Don't get too excited by the edge just yet. As I said, it's still in refinement and we're still working on it. It is just a case of finding what to improve, like learning. The thing is, we haven't had many losses either. We haven't had many 3R minus 3R days, which is what we learn from. Like the winners obviously tell us that the theory works as such, but I feel like we should be able to mitigate some of the losses. I think it's also understanding how we can think about invalidating from the higher time frame, which means that we may need to look at 2 time frames at the same time, so have it like split screen. I'm trying to push away from doing that because I think that's what causes, especially for me anyway, I think the way my mind works is very simple. Like everything I produce on this channel, it's very, very simple, because the end goal is just to make an income from trading. It's not about having like a really fancy edge or catching the highest risk to reward. For me, it's about at the end of the week, have I done well? Like regardless of irrespective of the money side of it, it's have I been able, not even the end of the week, end of the month, have I been able to extract money from the market? And if I have, then I have a successful edge. Having an edge is essentially having an edge over the market and making profit from something that's so unpredictable to an extent. I know people think that they can trade every high and low and capture, and there probably is ways to do that. I personally, I'm not interested in that. I think I like to keep things as systematic as possible, and I don't feel like discretionary methods work for me. I'm not saying they don't work, they're just not for me. But yeah, we're currently sitting at over 40R in the last 3 weeks, and I will post a video this Sunday for this week's trades as well. So hopefully we have a very good end to the month of June. But for now, I will leave you be, and I'll see you all in the next video.